Now, I forgot to say in the last video, you absolutely must keep your fingers very close to the clarinet. In the beginning, when you've got all this, I mean, you can see how close I'm keeping it, and you're tending to go, so particularly when you're going back to the F, you're letting the index finger fly out. Don't let it fly out. Keep it all very... Takes a bit of practice, but you can do that. Okay, next little bit. You've got one of the hardest bars in the piece coming up. It's bar 18 for me. When you have to go the A flat, C, A flat, D flat. It's a bit tricky. All through this section from bar 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, you should be using just your right hand little finger. You want to avoid, if at all possible, alternating between right hand finger and left hand finger. If you can keep a passage to one side of you, that's generally better. It's more efficient and it's easier to, it should be easy to remember. So that up a little bit, but you see that you've got a little bit of a crescendo, and then as soon as you get to 24, it's a subito piano. I'm going to take that again from bar 20. That little bit there, it has to be suddenly very quiet. Suddenly very quiet. Subito piano. Okay, I'll change the page here. Fun bit coming up. So from 29. That's a trumpet moment. That's a brass moment. That's fun. I hope that your fingering is okay. C, A, C sharp, A, C, A, C sharp. Easy. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Now, through that section, be careful that you are very faithful to that articulation. Now, you'll probably notice that I use my long B flat A sharp for all of that section. I do that, it's a personal preference. I really prefer my sound. The long B flat will give me a controlled sound, whereas my side A sharp B flat will give me, you know, sometimes I can lose control of that. I have the long B flat A sharp gives me a little bit more resistance, and so I feel like I can control that. It is a harder fingering to manage. It's up to you. You can do the but can you hear how it's wild, that B flat? Which is why I prefer but you have that exchange there, which is trickier. Then you've got, make sure you've got those nice pairs, and you're working back up to your beginning part. I like to really give a bit of an emphasis to the first of each pair, hara, hira, 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 like that. If it's just flat, it doesn't have as much character as scroll down. But do you get the idea? Like you want to, with this piece, you want to exaggerate everything. All the little accents, all the little intricacies of the music, because the more you do that, the more dance-like it becomes. And this is a dance. And you want it to feel like a dance. When you play it, it gives somebody the idea to move to it. Don't be flat with it. Make it interesting. Make it joyful. Make it sparky. All right, so I've got, and obviously you have to count through that really, really carefully. And then you've got a retenue. Again, I use for that B flat, I use my A with the second top key, just because it's so pretty. And I always use that fingering if I can get away with it. The alternative is, which is fine, it's fine. It's a nicer sound on that B flat. All right, and now you've got the most sort of stress-inducing part. It says a tempo accelerando al fine. So you know what that means? It means you take back the original tempo and you're going to accelerate until the end. Don't get too stressed about it. It's not worth it. I like to think of this section as a wave coming into the shore. You're going to take a deep breath, and you're just going to ride that wave in. That's all. You're just riding like the wave in. Let the wave carry you in. Let the breath take you to the end. Easier said than done, huh? I cheat a tiny bit. It says a tempo accelerando al fine. The first few notes I take at a slightly slower tempo than what the original, the beginning tempo is. And I do that so that I provide the listener a little bit of an illusion that I'm going faster than probably what I can do. And also from memory, the piano at that point isn't strictly with you. It's like some chords, and then you end up together with a fiddly little bit. But the pianist will be able to follow you. Hopefully you've got a good pianist to accompany you, and they'll be able to hear you take your run off. And you know that you're not supposed to make any sort of a crescendo through that section, which is really hard because your instrument is going into its loudest house there, and it wants to get loud, and you have to resist that. You have to resist that, and that's why I'm saying, imagine a wave, take a deep breath. Write it in with as little stress as you can, because particularly if you get stressed about that high F, you'll end up maybe with something that sounds like and it's not designed for that. You're in a high part of the clarinet, but you're supposed to sneak it home. And that F wasn't particularly good that I just did, but it doesn't matter. I don't know which F fingering you're using. I use that plus. So you've got C, A D flat on the right, C back on the right, C to F, A flat F, A natural F, A flat C, A natural, C, bam. Hope that helps, Oscar. Best of British for your audition. I hope you knock it out of the park. Hope you get promoted to whatever they give you at school. Happy to learn that you're playing sax. Hope that's fun. Think about keeping your fingers compact to the instrument to make you more efficient, because this is all about that coordination between your tongue and your fingers. And remember, the tongue is probably going quicker than the fingers. So having your fingers leave the instrument is not going to help you with your coordination. Put a little bit of Vegemite maybe on the tip of your reed, just to remind yourself of where you want to hit the reed and with what part of your tongue you want to hit it with. Yeah. Good luck. See ya.